Hey, welcome back to the channel, everyone. We have a tag response today. This is from Thrifty Kaniffy, who came up with a really cool uh, tag talking about what are your 5 favorite shields on a knife. And so I do have 5. I also have some honorable mentions, just because I think they're interesting and I think you guys will enjoy seeing those. But as you can tell, things are a little bit different. I had asked for some names for our little Halloween characters here, and then I actually got an idea from Gizmo Car to place some knives in front of these guys. So we'll go over here. We have Casper the Ghost, and he has the little black lip pearl canoe. It was actually suggested that it be an abalone shell knife, but I don't have one of those, so I just kind of have to go with what I have. It was actually suggested that it be a cub lockback, and I've mentioned to a couple of guys in some videos they've made, particularly Mr. Barlow and Thrifty Kaniffy, that I need to get a cub lockback. I've seen them before on Tobias's channel, but I just haven't got one yet, so I need to pick one up, and that will be forthcoming here at some point. This guy was given the name Ratatouille, which was pretty good, and Gizmo said we should have the hedgehog in front of him, and so I did that. And then we have Broomhilda over here, our witch, and he suggested that she have a 2-bladed Barlow, and so I thought that this celestial Barlow would be perfect for someone that does a lot of magic and stuff like that. The celestial vibe kind of seemed like that was the one to have. So I think I'll get our honorable mentions out of the way first. The honorable mentions are going to be, and this is not in any order, just the order I'm picking them up, is this Be Prepared shield. I think it's kind of cool that it says Be Prepared on it. This is that little Radioman's screwdriver lockback type wire stripper, which is a really nice in this wood handle that it has. Just a little bare-headed screwdriver that locks, but the Be Prepared shield, I liked it, and so he gets an honorable mention because I think it's an honorable mention because it's actually words instead of just a shield, if that makes sense. I just kind of thought that, any of them that actually spelled out a word, but that kind of doesn't make sense in a way because, there's the trade names, like with Case or Rough Rider or Old Timer. They all say the words, but this is not an actual brand, I guess, so that's why I liked it, and that's an honorable mention. Another one we'll put in the honorable mention thing is just because there was a story about this one, and this is the fish knife. And so this is from Stag, and this was in one of my older videos. This is one I got at the antique store, and when I asked to see it, the clerk had to get it out of the case, and I said, I'd like to see that fish knife. And she goes, which one? I said, the yellow one. And so I picked it up. I said, yeah, I think I'd like to get this one. And she says, how do you know it's a fish knife? I said, because it says right on it, fish knife. And then she was like, oh, okay, I get it. And so who knows? Maybe she knows a little more about fish knives than she wants to. But yeah, that was kind of a funny story. The next one is this old timer. This I mentioned this when we had the mystery blade knife, which this is the one with the little stubby stripping knife that locks, and we had quite a lot of fun researching that over a couple of episodes. But yeah, we can see that one. I may not be able to do this on the camera. Oh, there we go. Anyways, I liked this old timer shield. I'll show you the traditional old timer shield is this. But I preferred this one. This was early model when Taylor Brands first took it over. And I kind of like this big shield, and I kind of like how the font is as opposed to the old timer that's just stamped into the brass. So that, again, an honorable mention. A couple more honorable mentions here real quick is, of course, this Case Stockman. I like the religious symbol on here, and it's kind of cool because it's not a actual brand or a name of the knife manufacturer. So again, honorable mention to that. For people that just hate badges altogether, here's another honorable mention. This is a Rough Rider in the smooth white bone. It doesn't even have the R on it. So there you go. Honorable mention for this guy as well. And our very last honorable mention is going to be this Rough Rider with the pewter shield. It's the 25th anniversary diamond. The only reason it's an honorable mention is because I had to have 5, so I had to pick this one or not. But Mr. Barlow had some blades that he'd done a force patina on. Here's my force patina on this blade, and this was done by sticking it in an apple and letting it sit for about an hour. So, you know, just kind of what I did with this one, and I did it on the other blade as well. I don't know, I'm not super happy with it, but this was the first time that I've done such, and you know, I don't know, maybe I'll try to see if I can do some of the mustard patterns on top of the other patina as a kind of a base layer. But just thought I'd throw this in here for Mr. Barlow in particular, and a runner-up on this shield. So now we get down to the 5. Interesting story about this one. This is the red pick bone copperhead, which has been on the channel lots of times. But I actually bought this when I first started getting back into traditionals, and I decided what patterns I wanted to try out. The copperhead was one of them, but it was the shield that I wanted to have, that you know, I wanted to have a certain kind of a shield or a certain look to it, and I liked this one. This is kind of the double bomb, or I think Thrifty Kaniffy, you said it's a double run over squirrels or flying squirrels or something like that, double-headed flying squirrel. But it's kind of cool. It says Rough Rider. It has the cowboy, you know, holding up his rifle in the center. But I did actually buy this knife in particular because of the shield. The color helped, and the pattern, number 1 for sure. So we'll just set that guy over there. Number 2 will be, and these are not in any order, but I'm just grabbing them. This is another Rough Rider. This is a Barlow, but I really liked this Stars and Bars shield. It really is kind of cool, and it speaks to me. You know, it's kind of a little patriotic. This is in the brown stag bone, but it's just, you know, your basic Barlow that we have there. So you have your clip and your pen blades, but this was actually my first Barlow, that being my second. But I did really like this this shield, and I thought it was definitely in my top 5. Next is this Boker shield. I really think it's very classy. I like just having the oak tree symbol on there, and that I think is actually an awesome brand that they have. So this for me definitely you know, means a good deal to me, because this knife was a gift. Also, this Barlow is a gift. They both came from the same guy, from David Portman, so I appreciate both of these. And it wasn't just because they were gifts, but the shields themselves are actually very cool, and I liked them. I didn't have any other Bokers or Barlows one way or another, but I did like that shield on it. The next is going to be from Case. This is that curly birch that I got this from Warthog, but I had never seen where they had just a plain shield on a case like this. I thought it was kind of cool, this badge looking shield that it has, and I just really liked it. I think that kind of makes the knife, to tell you the truth. It wouldn't look the same if it had just the case oval to me. But of course, I'll just see what your comments are in the comments section if you guys like this or not. The last one that I have, and this knife has only been on the channel one time before, and this is a Case Copperhead in the antique Rogers jigging, and this has the Case hot dog shield. And so I thought that was kind of an interesting shield. I liked, it just says Case XX in script, but I really love the bone on here. I think both sides just came out really beautiful. And this is probably next to the amber jig bone. This is my other favorite bone treatment that Case does. And this Copperhead has the clip point blade, and then it also has the pen blade. And one of the things I liked about the Copperheads that Case is doing is that's a really nice size pen blade. That's, you can get a lot of good work done. It's a good secondary blade, good size for it, so I am very, very happy with these Case Copperheads. I'm sorry that they're only making them this year and they're not going to be in production very much longer, but I really do like these, and I think that these are well worth the time to hunt one down and get it. So anyways, that is my top 5 shields with a little update on the decorations. We had some honorable mentions in there. One of the things I did want to add in here is just a little bit about the stuff going on with Case. A lot of people have been upset about what happened with JB. I made my opinion known in the comment sections of those videos. Do I think that we should, stop buying Case knives and stuff? Of course not. Did Case do JB wrong in that particular case? Yes. But we have to remember that in everything, especially as a knife reviewer, I'm really looking at data sets of one. So, that's all we have, is we just have that one point. Is it the best that Case could have done? Of course not. But at the same time, that just being that one, we don't know that all of them come back. We don't know if that's a trend. So we have to look at data points. And then also we have to look at modern manufacturing. When I look at this Copperhead, is it centered? No, not really. It's kind of off to the side. It's closer to the one than the other. Does that bother me? No. Why? Because this knife, I'm not really going to use it as a user. I am kind of saving this one as my, quote unquote collector Copperhead. I have a user Copperhead that's in the yellow Delrin, and so I'm going to use that one. If it's going to be a knife that you're going to use, I don't worry about it. I mean, I look at this Copperhead that I have from Rough Rider. It's not centered either, but I love this knife and I use it all the time. I'm not so much worried about centering as much as like when Tobias talked about the one canoe he had where the blades actually swapped what side of the liner they were supposed to be on. Yes, that's a problem that needs to be addressed. Other people have had problems and they need to be addressed. Do I think that it's, good that those things get out of the factory? No, I don't. But, hey, we are all humans. Each and every one of us has gone to work. We've all gone to our jobs, and mistakes have happened and things have gone wrong. And, we don't throw everything under the bus or burn it all down just because something bad happens. We have opportunities to make things right. We try to do the best we can. And, I think customer service is very important. It's certainly a very important part of my job. And I think it's, when you're doing the best job you can for the customer, then you don't have to worry about things going wrong as much. Like I said, Case should have done a whole lot better with that particular knife, but they didn't. So it's something that they need to address. It's something they need to work on, but we give them the chance and the opportunity to fix the problem. We just don't say, I'm never going to buy another Case again. I plan on buying more Case knives. I like Case knives. I wouldn't say I'm a Case collector, but in the traditional space, I probably have more Rough Riders, more old timers, and more Case knives than any of the others. I have the occasional marbles or whatever, and like I said, none of these knives are perfect. They are what they are, and we have to, if you see something that you don't like, follow your return process, give them a chance to make it right. But at the same time, don't say, well, I'm just going to write off XYZ, knife company, because everybody says, oh, I wish Old Timer hadn't gone overseas. Well, they wouldn't have gone overseas if they were able to make a profit in America. Same thing with Case. Everybody loves GEC and they love their quality, but the reason that they have high quality is because they don't make that many knives. Everybody's gone to try to buy one and they're all gone within 30 seconds. So I mean, they don't have the quantity that Case does or that Rough Rider does. So we just have to, know that modern manufacturing can be sloppy. There are such things as stack tolerances. If you guys don't know what that is, hit me up in the comments. We can talk about it. But we have to give these companies a chance. And I think that although I agree 100% that what happened to JB is wrong and it should have never happened, the fact of the matter is it did happen. They are, becoming aware of it. I'm sure that they're looking at YouTube, but we all have to, decide what we're going to do. And if you guys don't want to buy Case knives, that's fine. I'm not telling you to go buy them. I'm just telling you what I'm doing as a collector, as a knife reviewer, as a knife user. I'm going to continue to buy Case knives. I'm going to continue to patronize them. And I hope they still have a long history ahead of them as a U.S. manufacturer of knives. I know that, in a lot of parts of the world, overseas, the Made in America tag doesn't mean as much to them. I've seen that in the comments. They kind of don't care as long as it's a good knife. And I understand that too, because I'm kind of the same way. I don't really care where it comes from. I just want a good knife. But for the U.S., there is quite a bit of I guess, patriotism and pride in having that Made in America label. But we have to earn that. In any business, you're only as good as your last job, and you're only as good as how your last customer interaction went. And if you ever sit back and say, hey, that's it, I didn't have to do that much for them, or I'm done with what I'm doing, then you kind of are going to be in trouble in the future, because your competitor is certainly not going to be sitting still while you're struggling or whatever. They're going to keep doing their thing to succeed. Anyways, that's it for my rant and my opinion on the whole Case debacle. And like I said, you can look at my comments. I was pretty clear in any of the videos that have been, I think I've commented on all of them. And if I missed a couple, it's just because I knew I was going to make this video anyways. But you can certainly find out what I said there. And I stand by everything that I put out there in the YouTube world, in my videos and in my comments. So if you guys agree, let me know. If you disagree, let me know. All I ask is that we just keep it respectful, and let's talk about these things, and hopefully we can get it all sorted out. That's it for this one, guys. Thanks if you've been listening this long. Thank you for everything that you guys do. Thank you to my subscribers. Thank you for getting Naftastic EDC over 1,000 subs. Last week we did do that, and we pushed him over, so that was awesome. if you guys haven't done so, Mark Kaufman, I think he was only like 9 people away from hitting 1,000. So if we can get a couple of people to go ahead and sub to him, if you haven't subbed to him, he's a great guy. I want to thank all of my subscribers, all of my new subscribers, all of my old subscribers. I very much appreciate each and every one of you guys, and thank you very much for interacting with me in the comments. It makes my day. I enjoy talking to you guys. Anyways, I will let you go, and I hope you guys have a good week. We'll talk to you later.